Welcome to my project on sentiment analysis using natural language processing. This project deals with a data set that has customer sentiments, basically customer reviews for global retail sales product. And the customer reviews are also associated with ratings from 1 to 5, highest being the best. So basically, the problem statement here is to classify the customer reviews into positive, neutral, or negative categories based on the sentiments, the kind of review the customer is given. For any rating more than equal to 4, it is positive, 3 is neutral, and less than 3 negative. The data that I've used is a synthetic data set taken from Kaggle. There are limitations to synthetic data set. This dataset has 200 records, 2000 records, and across 15 columns. One of the challenge was that over 1100 reviews were duplicates. So this can lead to overfitting during model training. Subsequently, we'll see this in the code. The project focuses on analyzing those reviews using NLP techniques and drawing actionable insights from the sentiment patterns. At a high level, the steps involved are text pre-processing, that is tokenization, stop word removal, lemmatization using SPACY, pause tagging, and named entity recognition for grammatical and semantic understanding, word embedding using word2vec, and pre-trained Google News vectors, and then training and testing split, and then classification using logistic regression and multinomial naive Bayes. This is the process that I have followed. And here is the code for this. The first few lines are about their environment installations. I'm using Google Colab. I'm using a T4 as the runtime environment, CPU. These are the necessary packages that needs to be installed. NumPy, Pandas, Gensim, and others. These are the packages that we need to install. And here is the data set being loaded. Data frame is DF. And this is how the data set looks like. There is no null value in it. There are 2000 rows, 15 columns, and there are duplicates of 1120. So 1120 are duplicates. I've added a sentiment column to this data set. So rating more than equal to 4 is positive, 3 neutral, and the rest negative. So as you can see, this is the sentiment column that has been added. Next comes the EDA part to visualize the frequency of positive and negative reviews. So this is the frequency of sentiments. Neutral seems to be quite high, positive is less. So this dataset is not quite balanced. I've used for the text processing step, I have used SPACY, fast tagging, and lemmatization. So here is how it is. First of all, we are uh, identifying the stop words, and then the lemmatization is happening here. Name entity recognition is also happening here. The NER tagging and the whole, and it is calling the SPACY process here. This is how it works. Now this is the, so finally I have a uh, fetch the tokens from here by applying SPACY process to the review column. So we collected the tokens, and then we'll use these tokens further for our next processes, which I'll show you subsequently in the code. So these are word clouds that I generated. So this is how it looks like. The word cloud review 1, word cloud review 2, and word cloud review 3. The code is self-explanatory. Now the bigram and trigram frequency is also here. So I have used the ngram packages. So this is how the bigram looks like. 25 most frequent bigrams. These are 25 most frequent trigrams. And now comes the word-to-vec model that I have used for word embeddings. Now, one important thing to note here is I have done this splitting before this uh, tokenization, before this vectorization. The reason is if I do it after, then there is a chance of data leakage. We already have so many duplicates, so and further data leakage will cause improper accuracy. The model will not behave properly. So this is done before. You can do it after also, but I have done it in this way to avoid data leakage. So here is what we have done. This is X value DF tokens, which we have generated via this passive process. This is the sentiment, basically the label, positive, negative, neutral. And this is what we have used. The size is 20% of the whole data set, stratified DF sentiment, shuffle true, and random state 42. So this ensures that the data is properly stratified. So, and there are no redundancy in the test, did no data leakage. So now trading the word, this one here, this is the model that is being generated through one-to-wake. One-to-wake, this is basically the variable or the object that the one-to-wake is generating. So the vector size here is 100. The vector dimension, the token dimensions is 100. Windows 5. Window 5 is basically we are using 5 words at a time in probing algorithm. So minimum count 1 and say skip graph. So they're all self-explanatory. And here it is get average vector train tokens. So basically here it is returning if the if the uh, size is less than it is returning zeros. Uh, um, so that's because the input to the ML model uh, will have the same size, vector dimensions. Now I'm just doing the same thing on the testing here. Here we are applying that get vector average train vector train functions here to create the X train and X test. And basically we are generating the vectors here for the train vectors and test vectors. And the same is here also the Y train and Y test. And then the next code is we are creating a pipeline. You're passing through standard scalar and then logistic regression and with iteration of 100. So basically it is preparing the fit and predict part subsequently and then predicting the accuracy, which is 21%, pretty low. The low accuracy could be because of data size being less and a lot of duplicates also. Now we are doing the same thing. Now, before that, we are here doing a test of on this model, how efficient this model is based on certain hard-coded values as inputs. And this is how it is here. It may not be uh, a very good output though, because anyway, the model efficiency is 20%. We are now in the subsequent steps from here to here. We are trying to tune it, hyper tune it, hyperparameter tuning of this logistic regression is done here. And we are seeing a 10% increase in the accuracy. Now the accuracy is increased to 30% from 20%. So this is by and large, in any case, the overall accuracy is less in logistic regression using the word-to-vec tokenization method because the data size is less. And parallelly, I have also shown the same thing with naive-Bayes multinomial with using count vectorizer, and this one is showing a good accuracy of 95.75% using multinomial naive-Bayes. So I have not done any hyperparameter tuning yet because it is already good. And this is the test of it, which is again may not be sufficient data to be tested. Anyway, so the next is important thing is the logistic regression uh, using pre-trained Google News vectors. So I have installed the Google files here, whatever is required. So these are the Google downloads, the Google News vector downloads. It takes a lot of time here and it consumes memory though. But at the end, if you see the same process I have done, except that word-to-vec has not been run. I have the same tokenize, sentence embedding, and everything, and then passing finally to the pipeline of through standard scalar and logistic regression. Here you can see the accuracy is 90%. So the reason being that Google uh, News vector tokens are from a large corpus, and so they are trained with much higher and huge data. So obviously, the accuracy level there will be high. And then at the end, I have done the sentiment trends over time with sales, trends over time with sales context, and trends over time with the product category. So if you see this trend of time sales context, so basically what it shows is how sentiment shifts over time. The spikes in positive reviews may align with festive seasons, marketing campaigns, or product launches. Surges in negative reviews could point to supply issues, delay, or pricing dissatisfaction. And we can use these trends to align sales and marketing strategies with customer sentiment. Similarly, with the price, if you see the sentiment distribution by product category here. So, so clothing seems to be better in terms of the sentiments, followed by ornaments and then other. So this chart highlights how different product categories are perceived by customers. Categories with high positive sentiment reflect strong product market fit or effective marketing. Categories with more neutral or negative reviews may need a deeper analysis for product improvement. So this helps the prioritize improvements or investments based on customer sentiment. So this is how the whole project is designed. Some of the challenges and solutions that I faced here is for the challenges are because there are a large number of duplicate reviews that caused overfitting. Google vectors um, actually helped in increasing the accuracy because the test data is not sufficient and it's synthetic. It doesn't have that that tone which otherwise we obtain from the real data that lack the realism. The sentiment labels, the data distribution is imbalanced. So these are some of the challenges that I faced here. Solutions is I have done the embeddings only on training data set. So I prevented the data leakage part. I used both word2vec and Google vectors. I pre-processed with SPACY. Um, this is just one part, but I will show you in my PPT what I have found out, and I have noted it here is that this can be further refined using deep learning models like BERT and LSTM or large language models, and with a more real data, increased data size, and these are some of the potential improvements that I think we can introduce in future. So this is overall my project. Thank you for watching. Thank you.